Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can create your first Windows Form applications in C# on your Visual Studio. So let's get started and let's see how we can do it. So when you open Visual Studio, it will look like this. Here we are going to create a new project. So just click on create a new project, and then here either you can search for Windows Form application, or you can just select these drop downs and select C# here, and the platform will be desktop. So you can just select Windows, for example, and then you can choose the all project type, and the project type here is desktop. And from here you can see two Windows Form app options. So here we can select this option, which is Windows Form app using .NET Core. So just select this option and then click on next. On the next window, you can give the name of your project. I'm going to name my project as my first project, for example. And you can see I don't like to give spaces in the project name. So if possible, just write or give a project name without spaces, right? And then click on next. And here the framework will be .NET 6.0 or whatever is the latest version of .NET. In my case, it's .NET 6.0. Click on create. And this is going to create a Windows Form application in C# for you. So now you can see my project has been created. You will be able to see this kind of solution on the left hand side, and on the right hand side you can see this form1.cs file. So this is the program file where you will write the program. Now how you can open the designer, you can see this form1.cs file, right? And when you just expand this, you will be able to see C# form1 designer also here, right? So when you double click on this form1.cs file, it's also going to open the designer for you. So just wait for the designer to load for this form1. So now you can see this form1.cs design window is open. You can resize this form1 window here. You can even give the title to it. Right now the title here is form1. You can change the text of this. Let's say you want to change the text to my app and then press enter. The title has been changed to my app, right? So you can change the text for your form by just changing the title here. You have all the other options to change the appearance of your form, or you can even change the font size if you are using some fonts in your form, or you can also change the behavior of your form. So you can drag and drop some components in your form from the toolbox. So if you don't see the toolbox, just click on this toolbox option here, which is going to load all the toolbox. If you want to pin the toolbox window, you can just click on pin, and toolbox window will be pinned here. So you can easily drag and drop all the components from here. So you can see all Windows Form components. You can see buttons, labels, and other components. I'm going to use a button. So I'm going to just drag and drop this button into my form. I can even use the label. So I can drag and drop this label into my form. And let me also use the text box. So let me search for this text box and put it here. Okay. So you can see drag and drop all these components here. Now for this label, I can change the label text from this properties window. So the text here is label 1. I can just write enter some text, for example, or enter your value, because I want the user to enter something into the text box, right? So I'm going to just write enter some text here and then press enter, and you can see this label shows that. I will just drag this text box here also, and now in the behavior you will be able to see all these behavior options. I want to change the anchor option here, so you can see the anchor is right now top and left. I can even click on this option to anchor it to the right side. So what it's going to do is, let me just resize it according to my form, and I can even do the same for this label, but I don't need this for the label. So what it's going to do is, when I anchor it to the right, when I resize my window, you can see the text box resizes, right? Same I can do with the button also. So this button text says button 1. I'm going to just change it to click me, for example, and then press enter, and you can see the button text is changed. I can even change the anchor for it. So right now it's top left. I can anchor it to the right, and then I can just move it here and then just resize my button until it shows this kind of line here, right? So now when I even resize my window, it's going to just resize according to the width of my frame, right? I can even anchor this button to the bottom so that it moves to the bottom. Let's see how can we do that. So I can anchor it to the bottom, and then what happens is, when I just make it bigger, this button size becomes bigger, for example, right? So this is how you can change the behavior. So you need to play with all these options and see what you can do. For example, I can change the background color from here. So here I have all these options for changing the background color. Let's say I want to just choose this one, and then you can see the background color of my form has been changed, and the background color of my button also has been changed. So now let's write some code. So what I want to do here is, whenever some text is entered into this text box, and when I click the button, I want to open a message box with the same text, for example, right? So the main thing to note here is the name of this text box. So when I select this text box, the name of the text box is text box 1. So using this name, I'm going to use this text box text and show the text on the message box, for example, right? So just copy this name from here, and then select your click me button. Just double click on this button, which is going to create a listener for your button, right? So the button name was button 1. We can even verify that by going here, and then you can see the name of this button. You can see the name of the button is button 1, and the method which is created is button 1 click listener, right? So let me just write some code. I'm going to create a string variable. I'm going to name it as text is equal to, and I'm going to take the name of my text box, right, which was text box 1. So I'm going to just write dot text, which is going to give me the text. Whatever I write in the text box, it's going to just take the text and assign it to the text variable, right? Now I want to show this text into a message box. So I can just use a message box component. Just write message box dot show, and then I can just write you entered, and then a semicolon space, and then plus, and then the text variable, which is text. Okay, once you are done, just save your code, and then you can run your code by just clicking on this run icon. So I'm going to run my code, and hopefully everything works fine. So you can see my code is running. When I resize, you can see the button and the text box resizes according to the size. When I move down, the button size is changed, right? Now let me enter something. So I'm going to just write Tom here, and then I'm going to click on click me button, and it says you entered Tom, right? I can just write 34 here, and I'm going to just click on click me, and it says you entered 34. Okay, so it's going to open this message box every time when I click on the button, and it's going to show whatever text I wrote here. So this is the basic foundation of how you can create a Windows Form application in Visual Studio using C# and create your forms and use your forms in Windows Form application. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.